Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and we've got the kit reveal for Gungan Phalanx. We're going to be talking about why this is arguably one of the worst kit reveals of all time, and why this is really bad news for the future of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So please like and subscribe, comment down below, and then I just want to mention this as well, like with this video, this also kind of means that Jar Jar is coming within a month. If you don't believe me, at the time of recording, it is April 10th. And the reason I say Jar Jar is coming inside of a month here is because the current Datacron set for Unwavering Courage sunsets May 15th. Which means this next Datacron set, in my personal opinion, is going to be the Gungan one. Right? Like, that's kind of the trend that we've had, where I think we're going to get this Gungan one, right? Like, we're going to get Jar Jar, and then boom, his Datacron is going to be here May 15th. So I would expect Jar Jar basically anytime after Gungan Phalanx is here. I think they have 100% started to rush these things. Like, none of the Gungans are free to play farmable yet. Doesn't matter. I 100% think that Jar Jar is on the table between now and May 15th, because they're going to want to get this guy out there. They're going to want to make that money and get him ready for that next Datacron set. So, with that said, we're going to get into the Gungan Phalanx kit reveal, talk about why I think it's one of the worst things that's happened in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So please like and subscribe, comment. Again, I love you all. Let's get in here. So while I get ready to move over to the forums, we're going to do our introduction. So 1 second here, guys. All right, so we got that. Thank you, Moonborn, yet again. I freaking love that thing so much. So let's get over here. Right, we got our screen capture. Of course, it's not going to want to capture the forums, because why would it? There we go. All right, so we got the kit reveal here. So I'm going to move my fat face up to the corner here. There we go. Get the fat face out of the way. All right, so again, artwork, awesome. I love the artwork. Gungan Phalanx. This is the tank for the Gungan faction that we've kind of been looking for. Key attributes. Gains taunt when the shield generator loses multiple stacks of plasma in a turn. While it's active, Gungans are immune to protection disruption and gain foresight when Phalanx assists. Raise the shield to reflect some of the incoming damage with retaliate, and protect your allies with shield up, which is a new ability. We'll talk about that. Assist his allies when not damaged by the enemy. Love that. And then Phalanx brings the first Omicron for galactic challenges. This is what I mean by this is one of the worst things to ever happen in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I think this character, without this Omicron, is fantastic. But because this Omicron is for galactic challenges, it pisses me off, right? It pisses me off, and we'll talk about that. We'll get into it. So if you want to hear the rant about that, you can skip the entire kit, go towards the end here, where I will just start ranting about how stupid this is. So let's get in here first about the inspiration. Look through the Gungan's military unit. Militia Gungan saw a shield, which would be the perfect choice for the tank. Both Phalanx special, both of his specials use the shield, in a unique way. Again, like they were just, yeah, okay, cool. Strategy tips. So his fierce poke can inflict defense down or daze if they already had it, and also provides protection over time, which is really nice. That's where you recover protection. You know, it's the heal over time, right? Heyo Watch Out gives Phalanx taunt and inflicts the enemy with tenacity down. And tenacity down is such a powerful ability for the Gungans because they have so many debuffs to apply. It's going to make potency, I don't want to say less important, but tenacity down certainly helps that you don't need quite as much of that potency. Phalanx gains max protection whenever he uses an ability while taunting. Recognize how important that is. Notice it says not like during his turn, it's just when he uses an ability. So if he's called to assist by anyone, gaining max protection is insane, right? That's just going to make him more and more durable. When is the Phalanx available? So it's going to be Thursday. It's going to have the daily rewards, and yes, it's a GC Omicron. I'm just going to say this. You can go ask questions here. I asked 3 questions that was all, why Galactic Challenge Omicron? We don't want this. Why Galactic Challenge Omicron? This is stupid. Why Galactic Challenge Omicron? Like, this is a moronic decision. Like, there's just, let them know, right? I'm not ranting yet. I'm just saying, let them know that you're displeased with this, right? Like, I think they know this is not a popular decision, but we've got to, like, force them to be like, look, this is stupid. So, Fierce Poke. Deal physical damage to the target enemy and inflict defense down for 1 turn. If they had defense down, daze. Whenever Phalanx attacks an enemy at a turn, the weakest Gungan ally gains 3 stacks of protection over time for 2 turns. That is that is really good. Heyo, watch out. Final text. Deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict tenacity down on them for 2 turns. If they were separatists, also inflict provoked for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. Phalanx taunts for 1 turn. If Phalanx was already taunting, he recovers 20% protection. That is really nice. That's a great ability. AoEs are always welcomed, and the provoked is super nice. And the fact that it can't be dispelled or resisted is even better. This makes that so much more, valuable of a ability. Next, Special 2, Raise to Shield. Dispel all debuffs on himself and deal physical damage to target enemy. Deal an additional instance of damage equal to 10% of his max protection. Inflict vulnerable on all separatists enemies for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Gungan allies gain shield up for 25% for 2 turns, and Phalanx gains retaliate for 2 turns, which can't be copied. Shield up gains shield based on max protection. So this is kind of like bonus protection, where your bonus protection or, protection up is based on your max health. This is the same exact concept, but it's based on your max protection. I have a feeling that we're also going to see this in Jar Jar's kit. I 100% have a feeling that we're going to be seeing this in Jar Jar's kit, and that, this is not the last of it that we will see. Like, we're going to get more of this because I think they're going to want to make sure that these Gungans are just absurd. Retaliate. Whenever this character is damaged by an attack, deal 20% of the damage received per stack to the attacker as true damage. This damage can't defeat enemies. This reminds me a lot of like the Steadfast Retribution and Galactic Challenges in Conquest with the Galactic Republic. It's not fun to deal with at all. And honestly, like, that is such a scary thing. So I think to beat these Gungans, we're going to want abilities that ignore taunt. Unique 1 final text. At the start of the battle, Phalanx loses 75% max health, gains that much max protection. Whenever Phalanx is not damaged by an enemy, on the next ally Gungan's turn, that ally gains potency up. Phalanx will assist and remove 8 stacks of recharge from the allied shield generator. If the allied shield generator loses 2 or more stacks of plasma shielding in a single turn, Phalanx taunts. So that is a really nice, like, having an auto taunt is a very nice ability. So not only does he have the ability where he can start taunting, but hey, your shield generator took, some damage, boom, he's going to start taunting. That's kind of like General Kenobi a little bit, where you critically hit the enemy, he starts taunting. I like that a lot. Whenever Phalanx uses an ability while taunting, he gains 2% max protection stacking for the rest of the encounter. When the allied shield generator is destroyed, Phalanx recovers 50% protection and Gungan allies dispel all debuffs on themselves. If there's an active ally shield generator, Gungan allies are immune to protection disruption. Whenever Phalanx assists another Gungan ally, whenever Phalanx assists another Gungan ally, that ally receives Foresight for 1 turn. This is awesome. This is a great unique. I love this unique so much. This is where he's saying, hey, use the ability while taunting, 2% max protection. Again, those assists, if you're calling him to assist, he's going to gain 2% max protection. So I love this. I love all of this. This is great. Now we get to the Bantha Poodoo. At the start of the first turn, the allied shield generator gains 10 stacks of plasma shielding. Enemies can't assist if they're targeting Phalanx. At the start of the encounter and whenever an enemy is defeated, Gungan allies gain 100% evasion for 1 turn. That is nice because, hey, you're going to be immune to getting hit for the start of the battle, which is going to happen a lot with low gear Gungans if you're going up against those higher tiers. So, like, fine. Whenever Gungan uses a special ability for the next 2 turns, they have 50% offense. Their basics inflict expose. When a Gungan ally inflicts defense down on all Gungan allies, gain offense up. Whenever they attack out of turn, they remove 20% turn meter from the target enemy. This is an amazing ability if it wasn't stupid Galactic Challenges. Why Galactic Challenges? I think this is completely in retaliation for, like, us saying we hate Conquest Omicrons, we don't want Conquest Omicrons, and they're like, we'll one-up you Galactic Challenges. This is one of the stupidest decisions, because Galactic Challenges, one, unless every single Galactic Challenge for the next 6 months is Gungans, it's just garbage. Like, this is such a stupid thing. Capital Games, I don't even say, what are you thinking? Because I don't think that's like a good enough explanation here. Why did you think this is what we need? Like, number one, and I think this is kind of their own problem, where every character that they've released since Omicrons have been active has gotten an Omicron. I don't think every character needs an Omicron, and this is what's going to happen. You're going to put it in Galactic Challenges. Nobody's going to equip it. So then you're going to make the Galactic Challenges completely reliant on this Omicron. And guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to equip it anyway because it's stupid and because we're going to protest it. Like, this is absolutely absurd. Just read, some of the comments down here are great once we get down here. Looking forward to suffering through a dozen GCs that are borderline impossible without wasting an Omicron. This one's my favorite. I think Arnold even had this one in his. This might be the first time I've commented on anything in 8 years I've been playing the game. This Omicron is the exact opposite of what we want. We don't want to price precious premium currency to do the stupid feats. We want the stupid feats removed. If this Omicron was Sim for GC, I'm all in. If this Omicron was Red Crate for Conquest, also all in. Helping with feats that may not even be active, 0 out of 10. Completely agree. The only thing I'm going to say is right here, I think they'll make sure that the Gungan feats are all somehow able to be done with this. And that kind of sucks, right? Like, that's just, that's not fun. That's not what we want. We hate stuff like this. Just, I love this, right? GC Omicron, what a joke. The one positive thing, of course, this is here. Oh, nice, an Omicron that will never be worth applying, right? Hard pass, actually worse than Conquest. So tone deaf, worse than TB and Conquest Omicrons. This is clearly in retaliation, thank you. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back here. Absolute god-awful decision. I'll be surprised if over 100 people put it on. And that would be Krakens who have everything on everyone. What a stupid idea. It's April 9th, guys. April Fools is over. I think that right there just shows you the way the player base feels about this. But I'm going to take it a step further, right? Let me show you the rewards here. So this is the Swago wiki page. You can earn an Omicron at tier 4. Starting at tier 4, 30 key cards, you earn an Omicron. So tier 4, 30 key cards, you earn an Omicron. You need 75 key cards to earn 2. So if you like look at these Gungan feats and stuff like that, and you can get to tier 6, equipping the Omicron, like if you're earning tier 6 rewards for these Gungan feats, right, these Gungan Galactic Challenges that are coming up, if you can get to tier 6 of that reward structure, you're going to be able to just continue that with, you won't need the Omicron. Yes, you're missing out on other resources, but you're not going to miss out on the Omicron. Because this, like, I understand that you could say, oh, is all this stuff worth an Omicron? I don't know, right? I really don't know. That is up to you. But it's also the fact that eventually they're not going to have these Gungan, like, Galactic Challenges as often anymore. Which is kind of the same thing like we've seen with these Omicrons. When you go down to, like, Grand Arena, right? This is the Omicron report in GG's. When you look at these, right? And I'm going to move my fat face down here now. So when you look at, like, the least common Omicrons, you see that they're on the newest characters, right? Stat, Bo-Katan Mandalore, and then BT1 and Trip Zero, which are 3v3 GAC Omicrons. Makes sense, right? That the least common Omicrons are either for one version of GAC, which are terrible ones, or the newest characters. Same thing with territory battles. The 2 lowest Omicrons here are Paz Vizsla and Captain Tarpals, the 2 newest characters that have TB Omicrons. Go down to territory wars. Similar situation. Boss Nass, IG-12 and Grogu, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. Like, that makes perfect sense that those are the least common Omicrons. Then you have the Conquest, which, like, we said no. But then look at the raid Omicrons here. Notice how many there were for Coors Light Leia, and then look how many there were for Stout Trooper. I think a lot of people got fooled equipping this Coors Light Leia Omicron, not recognizing that when that raid goes away, you wouldn't be able to use her again. And I think this is where people, hey, a lot less players equipping it for Scout Trooper because it doesn't ever come back. Here's the only way that I think Capital Games could make this okay. If I go back to the game here, what I think they'd need to do is for a character like Scout Trooper with this Omicron, what they need to do is, because this is the Omicron's down here. I don't even have the Zeta equipped here. What they need to do is make this a featured Omicron. So what they allow is that, hey, for the period of time that the speeder bike raid is active, we're going to let you, equip this Omicron. And then there'll be a grace period, call it, a month or 2, whatever, that you can take the Omicron off of Scout Trooper and move it to somebody else, right? That you can say, hey, You go fill something in to, like, your ally code, all that stuff, right? Make it like that there's a little bit of check there, but that you could unequip the Omicron and put it on the next raid character. The reason I think that'd be a great decision is because, yes, you're still equipping an Omicron, but because the raids are not constantly active, how is it fair to have something on Scout Trooper or Leia that has zero impact on your account now? Like, how many people have an Omicron sitting on Leia that they can't use anymore? You could say, oh, well, they got their benefit out of it. It's not the same. Yes, having my Chrysanthemum Omicron has benefited me the entire time people had Leia. But now that that raid is over, my Chrysanthemum Omicron's still benefiting me. So, with these galactic challenges, if they went that route where they're like, hey, while these Gungans are the featured galactic challenge, you can equip this Omicron. At the end of that, when we sunset that and go to the next featured galactic challenge, there'll be an Omicron there that you can, get your Omicron on your Gungan back and figure out if you want to equip it here. I don't think that's the case, and so I'm pissed off because I think it's ridiculous. It's the stupidest decision ever. Galactic challenges are supposed to be a great part of this game and supposed to really help the free-to-play player base, and now it's just a complete whale fest with these Gungans. And here's the other thing. If the feats are the feats are gonna be, hey, win with 4 Gungan units. Like, if it's a win with a full team of Gungans, then the Omicron makes 0 sense, because who the hell is going to be able to win with a full team of Gungans? You need Jar Jar, which means your Gungans are Relic 5, so you might not even need the Omicron. So, I'm so pissed off about this. Maybe we wait to see what's going to happen, but I don't like it at all. And, like, just to be clear here, just to even go back to, like, something else, you get 60 key cards if you can complete the top tier. So, right away, if you can complete tier 10 with any team at all, you're going to get 60 key cards, which means you get an Omicron automatically. And then you just need 15 more key cards to earn that second Omicron. There's no way in hell you're going to miss out on 15 key cards, even with mediocre Gungans. I just don't see how that would be a reality. I feel like even with mediocre Gungans, you should be able to get this as long as it's not win with a full team of Gungans. If it's win with a full team of Gungans, then the Omicron's even more useless because you won't even be able to use them in challenges. So, let me know your thoughts. Again, like, subscribe, comment. I love you all. May the force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.